I learned that from Joe Rogan actually. This guy, like, they'll just have a conversation and then they'll start recording halfway. So it's like they're already into something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, why not? That's a podcast, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
literally.
conversation, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can just introduce what it's about and like even why I thought. Okay, so the I told you right, like how I thought of the title, thought Overdrive, is because it's like for me it's like related to ADHD and
Right.
what do you call it? So like yeah, that's like one of, like I was explaining yesterday too, right? It's like ADHD is one of those things where you're just always thinking, right? It's like hard to turn
Yeah.
off your brain, and even falling asleep is a difficulty and all that shit. And sometimes when I was trying to explain it to other people, I'm like, yo, it's just like it's like thoughts coming in, but it's like I can't process them fast enough and like send like words out, right? So it's like a thought overdrive. And yeah.
No, yo. So I don't know. Okay, I don't think so. I have ADHD, but I feel sometimes like falling asleep
Mm.
very late. I have the sleeping disorder. I only sleep 4 hours or 5 hours. That's it.
No, you
Sleep
know
till
that's
6 in the
actually
morning away.
yeah, yeah. That's how you that's how much you're actually supposed to sleep. It's two four
5
hour
hours?
periods. Yeah, 4.5 actually, but like 4 to 5 hours is and like I was reading about this too. It's actually an evolutionary thing because like we used to live in like what do you call it? Like in the wild, right? And like there's always animals coming and hunting, right? So it's like you can't sleep 8 hours when you're like in the village in the middle of like some big ass like forest or something, right? So the way humans developed is like yeah, like everyone in the village would take like shifts essentially. You sleep for 4 hours, you stay awake for 1 hour, you keep watch. Whenever someone else wakes up, you go back to sleep for your other 4 hours, right?
Uh, uh, I mean, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
And it's way more productive. I mean, you
way
get
more,
a lot of time more, right? Yeah.
literally.
Like if you sleep like eight hours, 9 hours, 10 hours sleep, it's you're probably giving the like 1/4 of the day, right?
Yeah, yeah. 1/3, 1/3.
Sorry, my math's so very,
No,
very, very weak.
yeah, it's okay. Like I've seen so many like there's like these infographics all the time. They're like, by the time you're like 75, you would have spent 25 years sleeping, 25 years working,
Oh
and
yeah.
whatever, 25 years doing whatever else, right? It's just like, why do we have to sleep so much? And
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
And I think most people too is like they wake up anyway. Like even if you try to sleep for the whole night, you're still gonna wake up in the middle of the night and then you just force yourself to go to back to sleep, right?
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
I don't know if you have woke up in the middle of like the night and just never want to sleep. Just do whatever. I don't know. Okay, I play games.
yeah,
I start to play GTA or shit, like something FIFA
yeah.
or shit, something.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Don't
That's
feel
that's
like
what it's
sleeping after
supposed to
that.
be like, yeah. Like for me, it was like I noticed it too that every night I just woke up. What I would do is just drink water and like just like lay back, try to go back to sleep. It would take me like an hour usually, most times. And then now I'm like recently like I started just like getting up and like reading a book until I get tired and I go back to sleep, which is like okay.
That's good too, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you read actually?
I've been reading these books about ADHD to be honest. Just like
Uh,
don't know if this will even show up. Will it show up? Oh, it does. Nice. Like, so he's a psychiatrist, and he talks about his like consultations, I guess, or like his sessions with his patients that have ADHD, and like even like the first session,
right.
like when they come in, they're like, "Oh, I think something's wrong with me, and like I can't get these simple things done, or like I can't seem like I can't seem to stop. Like I'm always on the go." And even just reading, I was like, oh man, like I've done this. Like this seems so familiar. Like everything this person's saying is like, oh shit, right? And in some cases are like way like severe. Like I have moderate ADHD, right? And then there's severe, which is like you're off the rails. Like it's way harder to control. So like in some ways, I feel blessed that it's not like super bad, but it's manageable.
Okay, I have the same thing. Like, not I don't think it's the same. So I
Mm.
have this thing where I start the thing like I'm doing one sketch right now. So for once, I'm very excited about that, and I do it like probably constantly for 8 hours.
Good, good.
For after like two, three like days, I get bored after that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to do that. And you should. I mean, it's going good, but I don't want to do that.
I know, I know. That's like the whole reason I have so many unfinished projects. Like when you first start
Yeah.
it,
I
it
mean,
feels so good, and then
uh,
just after like it dies out, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it no more.
lose interest, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things I guess as well is like it's called hyperfocus. So if you're super passionate about something, right, you don't even like you won't even care what's going on around you as long as you're able to do that thing, right? Like for me, it was video games, I guess, when I was growing up. I guess for most people as well, right? Like video games is actually like a really cool thing because in video games you're constantly given like some type of achievement, right? Like if you beat an enemy, you get experience or like you get loot or something. In GTA, if you kill people, you get money.
We
Right?
do.
And it's fun. Like you can go steal a car anytime. You see a nice car down the road, you can just go get it. In real life, why are you gonna do that? You gotta like work for like so many years, save up money, go buy a car, right?
It's more like a fascinating world.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's the only thing that like video games is, I guess, bad for because it's constantly giving you this like dopamine release. And if you keep getting that
Yeah.
and getting that, your tolerance for it's gonna get like way higher. So it's gonna take way more like dope like for
Uh,
you like something to happen to you that you actually feel good about it, right? Like I get bored of games so fast now because I've played so many.
really?
Yeah,
Wait, I never got bored of games. So,
you didn't play enough.
of course, I don't play
Bro,
that much.
it was bad. Like for me, it was like I always just wanted, and I think it's also like another thing with ADHD is like you always want something new, right? Like literally, I buy if I see something that I really like want or like I think is really cool, I just go buy it just cause, right? I don't really care. Or it hasn't happened yet, like with girlfriends, but I do remember like when like after I broke up with my ex, I went to this phase. I just like I kept talking to like every girl. You know Waterloo, right? Have you been to Waterloo yet
I haven't
or
been
heard of
there,
it?
but I know that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's a school called Laurier, Wilfrid Laurier University. Literally
uh,
across the street from the school is a club that every Laurier student goes to.
a
And it
club,
was
like a normal club, right?
yeah like yeah like dancing and bar and all that, right?
Yeah,
And
okay.
a shot like a mixed drink, right? Like whatever alcohol and soda was 225, right?
Okay, what? Two twenty two point two
225.
five.
Yeah. Like $2.25. And like
It's cheap, man.
literally yeah, best best place ever.
It's the
Cuz
cheapest place. That's the cheapest
like
bar ever
bro, you go
in
to
the
a club
club.
in Toronto, it's like $8 for a shot. I'm like, "All right,
Oh, it's
bye."
more. It's more.
Yeah.
It's more. Trust me.
I know, I know.
Tell me went to Waterloo. Like,
Oh, just cool. That was my first degree for I did economics there for 3 years.
oh, okay. That's
Didn't
cool.
graduate.
You know what? I think I might not graduate this degree.
Yeah, but it's like, do you
After
even need
this,
to? Do you care? You
yeah, I
can
don't care.
you can do business without and like a business degree, right? Like there's so many more things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly, bro. I was thinking of the same that I don't need a degree to do anything. I mean, if I
yeah,
want to do business, I can do business myself.
literally.
No one can teach me like what to do. I have much more experience than that.
Yeah, and like, cause like even I was thinking like all the friends I have that even were in BBA, I think I only know like three people that actually got jobs as like a project manager or like business
Yeah.
analyst. Everyone else like ended up just doing completely different things. Like,
So it's probably like the best option is to do your own thing rather than
mm-hmm.
just searching, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's like there's certain things it makes sense to go to school for, like and get a job like doctor or architect or like engineer, but
Yeah.
business not really. Like even economics, I could like the reason didn't want to do it because like any of the jobs that I can get as like with an economics degree, I don't want like accounting or like yeah, economic analyst, right? Like just doing research. But like the lessons I learned from it helped me with trading, right? Like I like
Yeah.
because of economics, I started trading just to see like real world examples of it working. And then yeah, like it's been like a good skill to have long term.
You were working on Forex too, right?
Yeah, like at that time I was just doing stocks, and then one of my friends told me about forex, so I looked into it, and then I actually like started making money. Um, and I switched back and forth between stocks and forex for a while, and recently I just started doing crypto. Dogecoin, yo,
I
Dogecoin.
do. Yeah, Dogecoin, man. I do cryptos too, man. But what do you prefer? Because you have done all the three things like stocks, forex, and cryptos. What do
Yeah,
you prefer?
it depends on your goals, right? Like, forex I would say is like something you can do daily, right? Because it's like you can hold it for a longer periods of time. It just doesn't make any sense to, because it's always going to be deviating. Like it's going to be shifting, right? Like this. It's always shifting up and down. So it's better to make like money on like,
Very dodgy, man.
from, yeah, the highs to, I mean, the lows to the highs, right? So stocks on the other hand is like long-term stuff. Like if you buy a stock in a company, you should hold it for at least a year, just because of they're gonna grow. Like if you've done your research, you're gonna buy a stock in like say Apple or Amazon, even Facebook, right? Like you have like some not like sense that it is gonna grow, but also if you hold it long, like for over a year, you have less taxes. You have to pay less tax.
I did. I actually bought a Tesla one, like not that much, and some dividend.
Yeah,
But
nice, nice.
yeah, it really grew. I really made some like good amount of money in that.
Yeah,
Was like 2019, and it grew up in 2020, right? So
yeah,
then I
yeah,
sold when it grew. But it was good.
yeah.
I only did one stock. That's it.
Yeah, no, you should buy. So yeah, there's all these different things, like you said, dividends, right? Those are actually something you should invest in kind of periodically, and like just leave it there, because as the company grows, you're gonna get like monthly return from it, right?
Okay.
So banks are good for that. S&P 500 is good for that.
Banks too don't have like too much growth, right? They have like 1%, right?
But like they're billions of dollars. So even if
Not even
1% of a
1%, like
billion
it's
is
like
a hundred
zero.
million,
Not even 1%. It's like 0.001%.
you'll still make more than like if you just left the money in your savings account with a bank. Like when you put money in your
Of
savings
course,
account, that's what the bank's gonna do with their money. Is just gonna like trade in forex market or stock market, right?
savings
Um,
account is actually way
like
better.
Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. No, what is
Uh,
that?
it's like I think it's a bank, or it's like a really popular investment firm, and literally like I think it was like 2017. They were talking about like how crypto is not gonna be like a big deal. It's nothing. Like it's just a fad, right? It's gonna go away, bro. They just like I think this year or like at the end of last year, they just bought like a shit ton of Bitcoin. They're like, yeah, we're all in on crypto.
Yes, bro. Crypto is the future. Like
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
future.
yeah, yeah. It's it hopefully, if like, so this is the thing, like I was gonna tell you, like, because I just read so much stuff, right? And like, so it's just random stuff, and like somehow connects. Like, so our sun, it goes through solar cycles, and the solar
Right.
cycles every 11 years. And what happens is the north and the south pole shift, right? They flip to the other, like whatever, to the other sides, or like some other different place, right?
I knew about that.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
literally happens every 11 years. And the new solar cycle I think started either this year or last year. And
Right.
so there's this thing that they've witnessed. What happens at the in between that time? So like the 11 year, and in the middle point of that, there's like a increased amount of solar activity, right? So it's sending more radiation into space, more like solar storms and stuff, right? So usually the
Right.
best time to launch a rocket or a satellite would be like right now, in like the shifting of the in between the, or like when it changes from one solar cycle to the other, right? Because then it's like very calm out there, right? Just imagine an
No.
ocean, right? So if space is an ocean,
Uh,
in the middle of this
I
11
can
year
imagine
period,
that.
it's just waves, right? Um, so in 2015, when it was in that climax point, the midpoint, uh, a lot like the solar rays were so strong, or like the radiation was so strong, it not it, like Quebec City, like there was a whole blackout caused just because there was like so much like energy coming from the sun, right?
Oh, when did that happen? Like recently?
2015, 2015. Yeah. So like right like around the midpoint of
Yeah.
the cycle. And like it was really strong, right? And like what they're predicting is that in the next coming midpoint of the cycle, so in 2025, 26, whatever, it's gonna be such a strong amount of like energy coming from the sun, it could like destroy like all the electronics that we have, right? Like make them all like just useless. So the internet.
Oh, that's scary. That's scary, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't live without my phone, without internet, right?
Everybody, bro, like that's most of society is now like built upon like just having internet connection. So like
Like,
yeah, going back to crypto is like that's kind of like something I'm kind of like looking at as well, is because what if, because all crypto is just based off internet stuff, right? It's like an online kind of
yes,
currency, right? There's no you can get like I think you can get bitcoins, like actual coins, but
Bitcoin,
most of
yeah,
it,
I
yeah,
get that.
is held on like online servers. And it's like if this thing happens, this is gonna wipe out all data, everything that we have, like digital things, right? Um, but yeah, it's just like
Uh,
it's an interesting thought to just keep in your head when you're investing into stuff like this.
but you know what? I would be really pissed.
Yeah.
I collected all my like coins, like cryptos, bitcoins, and Ethereum and shit,
Yeah,
right? It's all gone in one night because of this stupid sun.
son.
I'll be like, yeah, I'll be like,
Literally. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'll be like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I collected all this shit, and you say it's gone now? I mean,
I know. That's why, yeah, just like, buy low, sell high. Except Ethereum. Ethereum's a good one to like hold on for a while just because it's like if Bitcoin is the grandfather, Ethereum is the father, right? But like the father's better than the grandfather.
yeah, it will probably take over sometime, I feel.
Soon. But like I think Bitcoin will still exist, right? And it'll still probably have like some kind of a majority of the crypto market, but it will like soon it'll probably be taken over just because the technology behind Ethereum and like the newer upcoming coins, like legit coins, not like Dogecoin or like there's a coin called Scam Coin. Literally, some guy just made a
Scam.
coin called Scam Coin.
Is it
And
like good
like no,
coin?
like so the guy just made it because he followed a course on like, oh, how do I make a crypto? And then he made a crypto coin or a cryptocurrency. And
Yeah.
people literally bought it. Like on he I think he bought like, oh, I can't remember the exact number, but he bought like a large portion of the coins for himself. On the day that it became available, it was it was valued total, like all the coins total was like $70 million, right? And then it came back down to like 7, and then like it's 2.5 now, I think. But
Me,
like just because people are like, no,
scam
like
coin, man.
this is hilarious, we gotta invest in this. And it's like, yo, it was a joke, it
Me,
says scam.
which coin was a joke too initially, right?
Yeah. It's so
It
funny.
grew so well.
Yeah. It's just like it's a testament to how much people can like, if they come together, they can actually affect like positive change, right? Like the whole
Yeah, they
GameStop
can.
thing. Because did you hear about GameStop? Did you invest in GameStop?
I never did.
But you know what happened,
Did you
right?
do that?
Oh man, I was looking at it, I was watching it. I even knew about like all the Reddit stuff going on. Like I found out about it in I think September, October when this first started. Like like all these Wall Street guys are like it's gonna go down, right? And
Okay.
like I just didn't have money in a trading account to put it in there, but I kept watching it. I'm just like, it's like it's so dumb that like not dumb, no, it's not dumb. It's amazing that these
Oh,
group of people just came together and they're just like, yo, fuck you, Wall Street, and then just put out
yeah,
and like,
probably.
yo. But then it's like it revealed a lot of like all the scumminess and like with Robinhood, how they stopped all the buy orders because people would have kept buying GameStop and the value would have kept increasing. It was just
Of
that like
course.
all the hedge funds and all like the Wall Street people, right, that actually said that's gonna go down, they were losing billions of dollars, right? And they're like, we don't want that. Like
Or
you gotta, and then Robinhood's like, okay, we'll stop them from buying. Like it's so stupid.
yeah.
And they're like, yo, it's a free market. I was like, for who? Like, you know?
I mean, okay, you're talking about GameStop. I mean, Elon Musk, I feel he controls the crypto market, man.
No, like
I mean,
he's a big influence for sure. Like he even the SEC like is like the Securities Commission. They're just like, yo, you gotta stop. Like you gotta just stop saying
Joe,
shit.
Joe, okay, he said this. He'll do an interview about Dodge on Saturday, like last Saturday. He
Yeah,
announced it like 2 3 days before, and the value was increasing by that time. It went to like 70 cents, 80 cents, and on Saturday before the interview, it went to 91 cents. I told you, right? And after that, it dipped down because he said he would like give it to his mother or something. It dipped
yeah,
down. The value dipped down to 60 cents.
yeah. No, it's people, yo. Like that's what I've learned in trading. It's like a lot of emotion, right? At least with retail traders, which then now because of how easy it is to get into trading markets, it's actually like a lot. So it's emotion. Okay, everyone knew he was coming on SNL, right? So they're all like, okay, he's gonna say something, and maybe Dogecoin will just go up, right? But then some people are like, yo, what if he doesn't say something? Let's just sell. Or some people are like, they're gonna wait after the show. Some people are like, no, they're gonna do it during the show. Some people are like, they're gonna do it before the show. So it was just like this whole like once the people started doing it and the value started going down, everyone else started like, yo, let's take our profits, going down, going down, going down.
Exactly. I mean, the moment he said that, it really got like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Was a dip down, bro. It was a dip down path. I don't even now like believe this, especially Dogecoin, because you know the Bitcoin and Dogecoin difference is very much. Bitcoin has a limited number, and
yeah, yeah.
Dogecoin doesn't have.
Unlimited.
But
Yeah,
Dogecoin is like they produce millions of coins daily, right?
yeah.
Bitcoin doesn't do that, so it's
It's
more
it
secure. I feel.
Yeah. It's just the way they built Bitcoin, right? Like you have to I remember my friend in high school used to do like it's called mining for coin, right? And it's literally like it's just like going
Yeah.
through compute a lot of computations. Um but it's like the more you do, like the harder the computation gets or like longer it takes. Which is why
Do
Bitcoin's
you know?
value is increasing. Sorry.
Have you seen the mining too? I mean, do you know how to mine?
No, no, no. I didn't get into that stuff. I have a good
I mean,
computer now. I could probably do it, but I don't know. You don't make enough to be
that's
honest.
one profitable business though. You know, you mine Bitcoin, man. What the fuck else do you want?
You mine gold, bro.
Oh shit. Oh man.
Yeah. Gold is a good way to make money if you want to do trading like or like at least yeah, actually you know what? I was going to say like a good way to start trading is to like do the foreign exchange market, right? Just because you can do that in a, like a daily kind of thing. So it's more practice versus stocks where it's like you just invest and you gotta wait till see something happen, right? Um, and then apart from forex, there's commodities. So like gold is a good one just because gold is always gonna exist. Like there's never going to be like something that takes over gold, right? And it's even like the first currency you can say was gold, right? They like exchanged gold bars and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, no, no, okay,
it
that's not a
was.
lot.
It
That's
was.
a yeah, currency. Okay, like the first trading thing was fur. Like when hunters would kill an animal, they'd give fur. Like, oh, I'll give you fur for like these herbs or something. And then there was like little coins, and then yeah, gold became the standard, which is
Basically,
cool.
there was no currency before. It was just trading. That's it, right?
Trading, yeah.
It's
And they're like,
more of a
it's
need
too
thing.
hard to
What
find
do
all
you
this
need?
shit.
What I do? What do I need to exchange that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's interesting. I mean, I don't like the way the world is, but it's interesting how it came to be.
I mean, I think for now, no one likes the world right now. It's COVID, man. It's
Yeah. Yo, I'll tell you about this then.
fucked up.
I was saying, so I've been reading a little bit more into kind of. Okay, so you know the news media. Have how often have you ever seen anything talking about where Corona started? Ever since like the beginning, like in these recent times, have this anyone said anything, right? And like
So the news never talk about that. I've
yeah,
seen
and
that.
like so what do you think or like what have you heard that is like how it started?
So what I heard was like in China, they were experimenting something with the bat, right? And they were doing something with the bat thing, and maybe they were injecting bat blood or into human or something. They actually, it was a man-made virus. It was not
Yeah,
the something which came out of nowhere. It was a man-made virus by China. So I
yeah.
don't know if I'm right here.
No, no, like you have part of it. You have more than most people do. So yeah, it is man-made, 100%. It was from leaked from China, like from the lab in Wuhan. It's a bat coronavirus, right? Um,
Right.
but it's not that they injected it into someone or like that like someone ate a bat.
Right.
Like that was like I remember that story going around a lot. Like some girl ate a bat and then she got sick and she got everyone else sick. It's not that.
Yeah.
So this is what I've been like reading about and like finding out is like it's actually the type of research that they were doing is called gain of function. Is to see if that they're able to create a more like I guess dangerous version of a virus so that they can use it to like find more cures and like create more different medicines and stuff. But because it's technically you're just
Oh.
making a stronger version of a virus, right? Like you're way more risk going on, and then I guess I don't think they put it out there on purpose. There is that conspiracy there too about that. There's a theory about that as well. But whatever they did, it went out there and it literally spread across the whole world. And like even scientists that looked at it after, they're like, there's no way this thing occurred naturally. This was a man-made virus, and then China denied it. Right? Just kept denying it. They're like, there's no. This came from a bat or something, or it went to a snake, or like all this shit.
They're lying, man. It's of course man-made virus.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, everybody can see it. Actually, I think, right? One denies this thing. It's not a man-made thing. It is a man-made virus.
You would think it's common sense. But like I've met so many people, they're like, no, yo, it came from a bat. I'm like, no, man, what are you saying? Why would a bat even come and like try to bite you or something? Like that's a movie thing. It's like how vampires are made. It's not actually how bats actually act, you
Yeah,
know.
like
um
Spider-Man shit. Like,
yeah. Like even eating a bat, right? I was like, she's not gonna eat the bat raw. They're gonna cook the bat, which is essentially just gonna burn out the virus. So it's like so people are just like they just want to believe whatever they're told because that's kind of how they grew up, right? Like you just gotta listen to what you're told and like that's it. That's what it is, which is not the greatest
not
mindset.
true.
But yeah, so like I was saying that research, right? Gain of function. So this is the interesting thing. The company that provided that lab with the funding to do that research got the funding from America, right? So America was
What?
putting,
Really?
yeah, America was putting the money in to doing this research, which then eventually led to like this all the coronavirus, and to cover it up. So the WHO, the World Health Organization, they sent a team of investigators to the lab, and they're like, okay, can you tell us like what happened, or like is this actually did it leak from here? The lead investigator, bro, is the president of the company, like that middle company that got the funding from America and gave it to the lab. The lead investigator, right? And like no one even like
That's
says,
really messed up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is guy I was he put out a like a whole opinion piece, or like he's a science writer. He did a research like 1,000-page report. He's just like going through all these facts that all of media is ignoring, right? Mainstream media just doesn't even talk about it anymore, because America would be at fault.
Me, no,
I don't
America
America,
literally funded for like deaths, like millions of
yeah,
deaths.
and it's not like not even you can say yeah sure America, but it's like Fauci. You know Anthony Fauci.
Uh,
You must have seen like well if I don't know if you watch American news, right? He's just like he's the one he's like the health he's the head of the National Institute of Immunology or something like that in America, bro. So when Trump became president, okay, shit, I gotta go back to Barack Obama. Barack Obama, right? During his presidency, he made it against the law to do that type of research, gain of function, because it's obviously dangerous. It's like you're making a more dangerous version of a virus. Like, why? Like, doesn't make even sense, right? You can't justify that in any way. And then when Trump became president, Fauci actually like reversed it. Like he put exemptions into the law that allowed for the same that research to be done, and then they started giving the funding or funneling all the funding towards that lab, like that lab in Wuhan, or like that company, and then they gave it to Wuhan. Like, so like that's the thing. Like, everyone thinks like, yo, Anthony Fauci's like, you know, a hero, and like he's the one that's been telling us all this good advice, and like, you know, essentially he's the one that's saving American lives, right? But
Yeah.
he's the one that like started it. He caused it.
That's not a doctor, man. That's like evil doctor, you know, you see in the movies
Yeah.
and shit.
And like, I mean, I have this thing like I try to think of from the other person's point of view and like justify what they did and like what they might have been thinking. And it's like it's just that same point. It's like, you know, it gives them the ability to try and find, you know, more medicine, or like more, like if you find a stronger virus, you can create stronger antibodies, right? So it could like help humans be like more immune to like future viruses. But it's just,
I
again, it's
mean,
just like
okay,
the risk. Yeah,
I mean, the risk is too much, man. People, I mean, the millions of people are dead because of their stupid experiment.
literally. And so like, yeah, man, like it's so dumb. I think about it like ever since I've like started learning more about this. I'm just like, literally what they've done is turn the entire world into an like experiment, right? It's like a petri dish.
Yes, I mean, yes. Yo, look at this, man. The people are dead, right? The economy is dead.
Yeah,
World economy is dead right now. People are stuck at home. Can't even go outside freely, right?
yeah,
You can't do nothing.
yeah. And
Give
there's
me
some people that have like long term like effects of COVID. Even if they got out of
that.
it, they got better, they still have like breathing problems and like respiratory problems, all this stuff, and they're gonna have it for the rest of their life because
That
of Fauci.
Oh, when the coronavirus started, there was nothing, no vaccine and shit. People were actually thinking the world is gonna end, right?
Yeah,
People were actually thinking that
I did. That's why I
it's
bought the
gonna
sword.
end.
That's why.
Oh yeah, yo,
I'm
that's so
ready.
cool, man. Slicing zombies and like whatever.
Yeah, bro. Like even if you there's like another thing too. Then it's like you think about, okay, like everyone's gonna get sick. We gotta make a vaccine. You know, the vaccine is all these big pharmaceutical companies, and it's only recently that, because President Biden said something, like he's putting the pressure on them to release the patent for the vaccine. They weren't giving the vaccine to people like poorer countries that they can't afford to buy like 100 million doses. Yeah, like because everyone got sick, then they
Yeah,
had to make the vaccine. So they were just like, imagine India, like they have 1 billion people, they have to get 2 billion vaccines, right? But then if they have to say pay the same price, like whatever, they're not gonna be able to afford any of it. Like, and what's it
I
called?
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, so vaccines just cost like $250, 50 rupees in a day. Okay, and I think in government hospitals it's much cheaper, and the private hospitals like much more.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It's not that expensive. People can afford it here for that much. But the problem is the very shortage. You know, so it's too much shortage, right? We
Mm-hmm.
can get vaccines in our country, but this guy is sending vaccines to another country.
No, but like, so that's the one thing. There's like, essentially, because these companies like Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson and Johnson, right? They're the ones that like create. They have like the vaccine that works. They have patents, right? They're like, you have to buy it from us. So if they give the, like, say they give the formula to like, just they give to India, like India has these like facilities to build like to create the vaccine, right? They're ready to go,
But
but it's like,
they so we are using the Indian vaccine, but it's not that much to to support all the people here.
yeah, yeah. So, but like that's what the issue is that India basically has to like buy the vaccine, right? Instead of creating like a generic version of it. If they had the, like, say you want to make chocolate chip cookies or something like samosa or something, right? And there's like there's like the samosa sweet factory. You have like this other factory like, and like they have their recipe and they're making it. You have to keep buying it from them because they have the recipe and they're making it. But then if they share the recipe, you can just go make it yourself. You don't have to keep buying it from them.
Sure.
You can make like a cheaper version, and provide it for your people. And that's like
Yeah.
that's what wasn't happening before. But then Biden's like put some pressure on them. He's like, no, we have to, like, because it's a wartime effort, right? Basically, like the whole world is affected by this. Like, how are you gonna like just keep it for yourself and like expect people to keep paying you like billions? They're making so much money, bro, just selling this vaccine to all these countries. It's so stupid. Like,
No, right.
and
Making so much money. That's true.
yeah, and you know who's like this at the front of it, stopping them from releasing the patent? Bill Gates. Bill Gates, bro. This guy. So he was in an interview and the reporter asked him, she's like, "Don't you think that if you told these other like factories and countries, whatever, that like the formula of making the vaccine, don't you think the supply would increase? Right? Like you were saying there's a shortage." And this guy literally said no. He's like, "No, no, no, it wouldn't." But I was like, "Okay, what's your justification?" He's like, "It just wouldn't." Like literally, bro, this guy is like schemy because as long as the patent stays like in America and in those companies, they just make billions of dollars because everyone's just gonna buy from them. As like they have a monopoly,
True.
right? But as soon as you release the formula and like everyone's able to make their own and stuff, they're not gonna make money anymore. Do you know anyone with diabetes?
No, I don't know anyone, but I know like
Like
people
you don't,
tend
yeah.
to
So yeah, do you know how, like some of them have to take insulin? It's like just it's something to increase their blood sugar level.
I know
Um,
about insulin, so they, yeah, okay.
yeah. The formula for insulin was sold for $1, right? I think it was made in like University of Toronto or something. Can't remember actually. I should remember these things.
$10.
They sold it for $1. You know, in America, like people pay up to $1,000 for one vial of insulin, a life-saving drug that most of these like diabetic people need. Fucking like a mortgage payment, essentially.
Me, $1,000 for one this much insulin, right? What you say? And they sold that whole formula for $1.
$1. It's the pharmaceutical
What
companies
do you
that are
call
like
it?
greed, bro. It's
What do
just
you call this?
evil.
This is not a profit, man. This is like total, you
Yeah,
are robbing people, looting people off of their diseases, right?
life-saving drugs, life-saving. Like even in Canada, you can get it like way cheaper, but America, like, it's fucked because and like big like that's why they call it big pharma because literally because they have this control on all these drugs that everyone needs, they just rake in billions of dollars, if not trillions. And Bill Gates is helping them.
Yes. Oh, he just got divorced.
Yeah. That's why, bro. She's like, you're a
I'm
kutta.
glad she left.
Like for me, it's just like I see the pattern. It's like when all these guys just get rich and like they start using their power for like evil stuff. Like Jeff Bezos, right? His wife left him like after he started doing
He
some
does,
stupid shit.
okay, what do these people actually do? I want to know. Do
Yeah,
you know
like
anything?
the evil stuff or like what they actually do as their job. The evil
Okay, the
stuff.
evil stuff. The good side.
Oh.
Everybody knows about the good side.
Yeah, okay, Jeff Bezos, I'll tell you. There's this newspaper in America called the Washington Post. It's owned by Jeff Bezos. And he
Oh,
used
what?
it. Yeah, he owns it. He literally when like that whole thing was going on with his wife and like how he cheated and all that stuff. So I can't remember the name of the other newspaper that released it like the first like so someone leaked their texts between Jeff Bezos and this chick, and
Oh,
they're like, yo, Bezos is cheating on his wife, whatever. The leak was actually the girl's brother, right? So the girl he was cheating with, her brother, he knew about it. He like took his like whatever text messages, all that shit, leaked it to this one news outlet, and then they put it out into the world. Jeff Bezos then used the Washington Post, like his own news outlet, to put like fake information out there that Saudi Arabia hacked his phone and was just putting this stuff, like just fake stuff out there to like bad name, like shame him. And like people believed it. Literally people believed that Saudi Arabia was after Jeff Bezos and were making up a story of him like sexting other girls. But his wife knew. She got a divorce.
Damn. Oh shit. I never knew this thing. Initially, I never knew the Washington Post. Well, the Washington
Yeah.
Post is owned by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Then this thing, I mean, he is evil, man.
Bro.
Evil,
Like,
evil
he-
genius or something.
Genius. Yeah. He's genius. It's just like, I just hate how like they start using their genius towards like, how can I have more power? How can I get more greed or like whatever. Okay, yo, this is the worst part about Amazon. Like, it's a good company. I won't like say anything bad about the company, right? Or like how like you buy something and they deliver all that. That's good. The way they treat their workers, horrible. Like you have they're super strict. And like they're like, you know, you can't even take washroom breaks until it's your lunch break, right? And it's like a 30-minute lunch break.
Really? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like
They
a
even try
school,
to-
man. That's
No, at least in school they'll still let you go, right? They're like, okay, you have to go washroom, go. This guy, they're like, yo, here's a bottle, here's a bucket. Literally, you can't not leave your station or something like that. Like I've read a lot of news reports about this. They even try to start a union. Literally, the whole company, they started having meetings. They're like, why unions are bad for you. For like all these Amazon people, they're like, we need rights. Like we have like a washroom break, bro. Like they have 1.5 hour lunch and an 8 hour shift. Like, so dumb. What was the other thing? Amazon in 2020 made like I think $11 billion, right? And like everyone pays taxes, right? You would assume if a company made $11 billion, they're gonna pay a good amount of tax. Instead, they got $1 billion like return. They didn't pay anything.
Oh.
They got $1 billion because all the politicians in America, essentially, right? All these corporations give them money and they're like, you put these laws in the thing, you put these things in the tax code, right? So that they can find loopholes and like get out of paying taxes, but then still get money back from the government. And where do you think the money is, that all that money comes from? Is all the average citizens that actually pay their taxes, that can't afford to get caught not paying their taxes.
that's the perfect example of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, right?
Literally. The stupidest thing is like it's out there, the information's there, right? Everyone can find this. The IRS put out a report that like the richest people in America didn't pay like 20% of their taxes, which is $1 trillion, worth $1 trillion, right? But then there's like homeless people everywhere, and like there's drug problems and like all this idiotic stuff that they could have just fixed, but they don't want to pay. They don't want to, and then they cry about it. They cry about like we work so hard to build this company up, and like you can't ask us to pay more. And like, bro,
People
idiots.
work their asses off 2 million every day, and they pay you taxes for that shit.
Yeah. And like, there's this guy named Ben Shapiro. He has a radio show, I guess. This like literally this guy, like, or like not him, but like one of his guests on his show, and he agreed with him too. So he's like, why are we always taxing the rich? Like, what, give them a break. We should tax the poor. I'm like, what? Like the poor don't even have money to survive.
Of course, you should tax the poor. No, you should not tax the poor. I mean, kill the poor guy, man. What the fuck is going on?
No more poor people, no more worrying about increasing taxes, you know?
Yeah.
So dumb. I was watching this one guy, he gave a good example of like to explain this difference, right? So say
Right.
like the average earning of like an American citizen is like, you can just say 25 grand, right? And then say their yearly spending is like 22, and then taxes, it basically becomes 25. Like they live paycheck to paycheck, right? So not only are they paying their fair share in taxes, they don't have any money left over, right? Now look at like in a millionaire. If a millionaire, and like say like your average spending, yeah, $25,000, he has $975,000 left, right? He's not living paycheck to paycheck. He's okay. But even for them, they cry about it. They're like, no, we like that's a 20% tax rate. If they increase it to like say like 40%, right? That still is gonna be like not even. They'll still have like 900,000 plus left, and they'll still cry about it. They're like, that's our hard-earned money. I was like, for like, tell me first of all, why do you need so much money? You're not gonna spend it, right? You're not doing anything like beneficial for the world with it. Like you're gonna go buy expensive cars, you're gonna buy expensive watches, expensive jewelry. Like, is that necessary? Like while we still have poor people and hungry people, idiotic, man.
Rich people do this all the time, man. Okay, you talking about America, like I'll talk about India.
Mm,
Oh, this Ambani. I don't know if you're familiar with it, right?
yeah, yeah,
Ambani,
more too.
because Adani. So you know what? There was a conspiracy once. So you know this thing happened in India where demonetization, Prime Minister ordered demonetization to just like evade the black money, right? You know
Mm,
that, right?
sure.
So before the demonetization, there was one Reliance company was launching a new telecommunication company called Geo.
Jill. सुने हैं बहुत सुने
Right?
हैं.
I mean, they literally gave free internet, bro. They had 0 rupees. They charged 0 rupees for
Yeah.
giving this in. They charge nothing. They give free internet. They give free calling. They
Yeah.
charge 0 rupees, bro.
Yeah.
Like think 2 3 months. If you give something for free like internet and like calling services, people will get that. People
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
get the company, right? We were using this thing, and after 2 or 3 months, I feel demonetization happened. That
Mm-hmm.
there was this conspiracy that like he gave all his black money to this company to just launch it at a big level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, look at this thing, man. What
That's
rich
what.
people do.
Yeah. That's what they're trying to do with the farming. That's the whole reason. Like all the farmers know it too. That's why the whole protest is happening. And again, no one talks about it. No, everyone's like,
Oh,
oh, they're Khalistani. They're trying to do this shit. I'm like, yo, look at the real
bro,
reason.
this is all. Uh, I mean, look. Okay, this guy is doing all things private. He sold the Red Fort in Delhi. He sold it to
What?
a private company.
You
Yes,
can do that?
It's sold. A private company. No, no, okay, so it's a public place, but a private company handles that, the
Oh,
security,
like
the
they
fee
manage
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he actually sold it. Doesn't he, India doesn't possess Red Fort right now, and he is selling Air India to the government official airlines, and
Modi.
that airline is 40. Yes, and that airline is 40,000 crores in debt,
Oh my.
not more.
Yeah, man. Like I yeah. Like everything you're saying too. I have read about it. I'm just like, that's the thing. People just don't like pay attention to this. They're like, it's someone else's problem. They'll deal with it. Like, we have politicians. They'll deal with it. Like, and they're like, let's just live our life. But it's like everything that they do affects your life.
You know what? Last year, Air India had this thing where government spent like $20,000, 20,000 crores rupees on just to recover the debt and to recover the company, and they lost that too. I mean, if you would have given it to a good businessman, I mean, anybody would have got something with 20,000 crores, right?
Yeah, yeah,
1,000 crores is too much.
yeah.
I don't know
Too
how
much.
much is it now.
Yeah.
$1 million is 5 crores. I do the math. I can do the math, but yeah,
Holy.
it really
Funny.
did that.
Yeah, yeah. Holy, bro. Yeah, even the complex or the prime minister housing thing that they're making, it's like 20,000 crore too, man.
Joe, I mean, there's a fucking COVID surge right now going on in India. There's like
Yeah,
about 4 lakhs cases every day.
yeah, yeah,
4 lakhs cases every day, and this the like it is at the peak. India is at the peak for the COVID right now, and he is making that bullshit.
yeah, yeah. I saw like he even
So
made it like an essential service so that they could do construction during COVID. He wants a house so
he
bad, bro.
he confessed and it confessed an election, bro. The whole state election in West Bengal. I mean, There were like thousands of people there, and the COVID cases rose from that, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did that too, the Kumbh Mela, if you know about that.
I heard about it. Yeah. Komela.
So,
Yeah.
you know, this one gathering of Hindu religion, and like it's very popular. It comes like after 12 years.
Mm.
They were like millions of people there, bro.
Mm. I
No
saw. I saw.
protection, no
Yeah. Yeah.
mask, like nothing, no social distancing. Yeah, 70% cases rose from that thing.
Everything that they started following, they're like, oh, like 90% of these people actually got content, like they gave it to someone else. Like, and then the people that
Yes,
like the
exactly.
10% is like just people they can't find. It's dumb.
You know what? 90% of the people in that Mela, the gathering, the Hindu religion gathering, they never got tested. They never got tested.
Yeah,
90%.
yeah. I even saw there's this video of a guy. He's like, oh, we don't want masks. We don't want like oxygen. We don't want hospital. We just want religion. we want.
The guy, okay,
It's like Hindu stuff
India's
too.
health minister, India's health minister he said that drink, uh, no,
Kapis.
okay, you can get oxygen from trees,
Oh yeah,
only
yeah.
cylinders. He said that. Health Minister of India. And the second thing he says, you can drink like cow's piss,
Yeah, yeah.
recover from COVID. And that is India's health minister. I mean, this is
I know. I seen
a
some stuff
joke,
about this
man.
guy. Yeah, it's so dumb,
A
man. Like
joke.
they think they're so. I think it's just because like they live in such a different world. They don't understand the problems of normal people, and then they just like because they all have access to like the best healthcare and like they can just get the vaccine, right? So they're not gonna get infected. They're like, yeah, let's just go do all this stuff. Don't worry.
That's one thing, right? If someone like some Baba comes to me and says this, I will literally ignore that, right? I will say, okay,
Mm.
fine, it's your thought, right? This guy is health minister of a country.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, if Canada's health minister says like drink this and you'll be fine. I mean,
yeah.
what's going
It,
on
it,
here?
it's like when Trump said drink bleach.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, literally. It's the same stuff, man. Like they're just idiotic people right now in the world that are controlling every. Like even here in Ontario is the Doug Ford. This guy's so
Or
dumb, so dumb. Like I think
this
it's been
guy
like
is dumb.
20, 22, 23 times that they've tried to get paid sick leave, right? So then like someone gets a vaccine, even if they feel bad, right? They can stay home for a week. They don't have to worry about like not getting paid. 23, 21 plus times they've denied it.
I heard that they accepted the paid sick leave, sick day.
Eventually, because Doug Ford got sick and he had to work at home and he paid himself basically. Like he's like everyone's just like, yo, you can't do that. Like we've been asking you, but like literally people have been asking for like a year, over like ever since Corona started. Like paid sick leave needs to be a thing. Literally didn't do it. He's like, no, it's not necessary. Whatever. So dumb,
Right
man.
now, though, right?
Yeah, I think they have it now. Yeah.
Are they getting the money though?
I hope so. I feel like they would. Like, dang, yo, I actually don't know a lot about Canada. I live in Canada. I read more about the rest of the world.
No,
Uh,
it's fine, no.
yeah, actually, no, I wish I knew. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. I hope so. Like, I
Right.
feel like there's been enough kind of like outcry. Like, it makes sense. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you be giving people paid sick leave during a once in a lifetime pandemic, right? Like,
No mix.
psh,
But he gave like free $2,000 every month.
yeah, yeah, I get that.
I mean, it's okay. Okay. For me, I said okay. It's fine to help. It's good to help. That guy destroyed the economy, man, because of that, right?
Yeah.
And he was giving $2,000 to everyone. I mean, it's good in one way, but it's bad for long term, right?
Yeah, but I
You're
think I think
giving
it helped Canada a lot more versus other
help, but
countries. Homelessness is on
okay.
like on an increased is on a rise in America because people couldn't afford rent or even their mortgage payments. A lot of people lost their jobs and everything, right? Like Canada is like there is unemployment, but I don't think there was an increase in homelessness, right? Because of that, because they provided people at
So
least like a minimum so that they can survive during these times, right? So like Canada has its own failings. There's some things that we could have definitely done better, but yeah, I think like the fact that we still have Corona is like that's messed up, right? That's the
messed
one
up.
bad
That's
thing.
too much money. That's too much time. That's everything
Yeah,
is too much right now.
yeah, and like I have a, actually no, my sister's sister-in-law. Yeah, I talked to her and she was telling me, she's like, technically in a democracy, the government can't tell you to stay home or like, like stay inside, all this stuff. And that's the reason people are protesting, right? They're like, you can't keep doing lockdown and like make us wear masks and stuff. But then it's just like, okay, that's fine. I understand that point of view, but it's not like they're telling you to stay home when there's nothing else wrong in the world. There's something going on. There's like this whole virus, like pandemic, bro. A worldwide pandemic. People are dying. People are getting sick all the time. It's like just accept it for a little bit. If you and like that's the reason that Corona is still here is that people just don't. All these people are like, no, 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 fuck it. Like I'm gonna go to my friend's house. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's just perpetuating it more and more. It's like just relax. Even the mask thing, I don't understand why people have like such a problem with it because it literally reduces the pollution you intake. Because there's pollution everywhere we go. There's just cars on the
Right,
road.
right,
You're
right.
you're breathing in pollution. People have better breathing quality. Like maybe it's a bit harder to breathe through a mask. It's just you're not used to it. Just do it for like 3 months. You're fine. I don't
We
understand the excuses.
will People will get used to it eventually because this is the new thing, right?
Yeah, like look at China, man. Like just be like for them it's pollution, right? But everyone literally there, they know that. And, like if they wear a mask, they'll get less pollution and they have less problems. But then like I'm pretty sure in America, they politicized it. They're like, oh, you want us to be like the Chinese who are always wearing masks. I'm like, bro, you're so dumb. Like who cares?
So
Like
I've okay, I've seen this in America. Like people don't wear masks. Why?
yeah. Oh, like it's the same thing. It's just like
Tell me.
it's their right to not wear it because they have freedom. Like that's what they said.
No,
Like you can't tell me what to do.
so they don't have any regulations against not wearing a mask.
States, they did put like, do you have to wear a mask? Right? They put it out. Florida is the only state that never had one, right? And it was just like all
Oh,
the
okay.
like so the BJP of America is called the Republican Party. Literally all the states that are run by Republicans are like, yeah, don't wear a mask. Like they kept putting that message out like you don't have to wear a mask. The governor of Texas lifted it right after like Biden became president. He's like, yeah, no more mask mandate, 100% open businesses, whatever. Freaking idiocy, man. Like and it's just because they want to like they want to show that they're in control, right? That they have the power. But it's like you're putting the lives of all these people at risk for no reason, especially because you have like all the best healthcare. You have the vaccines access right away. You have like all these doctors around you, right? That you don't have to go pay private healthcare fees and all this shit in America, right? And it's just like
True.
the people in control don't have any idea of like how it is to be on the front line or on the ground, like, and they're just making these decisions out of their ass, right? They're just pulling it out, like, oh yeah, let's do this, let's do this, and then they say they're following the science, but it's like the science is the one that created the coronavirus. So
Will
it's like a
destroy it
feed,
too.
it's a loop, bro.
It is.
Even all this shit happening in Israel, right?
Or
If
the
you if you
Palestine. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Like my friend's from there, and I messaged him. I was just like, "Yo, you got any family there?" He's like, "No, no, like no one's there." But it's like it's so bad. Like, I read a news. There's something in the news. They're like, so there's like this Palestine like Arab like terrorist group called Hamas. They're like they shot a rocket into Jerusalem, right? But they didn't.
know.
It was the Israelis. Israelis freaking flew
Yeah,
jets and shot rockets into the city, and then the
what I
media is
heard.
blaming the Arabs. They're reversing the story
No,
to make the Israelis look good.
it's the Israeli military and police
Yeah, yeah.
working together. take over Palestinians, and they are literally like brutally kicking
Yeah.
every like what shit did they do in the
Yeah,
mosque? You know,
they threw a stun grenade at a freaking kid, bro. Like, are you like? I
ah,
was just like, how? What's your brain thinking right now? And like the worst part is that they're like the Jewish people, right? Like in Egypt, they were enslaved and oppressed. Germany, Europe, they were enslaved, oppressed, right? Hundreds and millions of them were like killed by Hitler and all the German people, and they still didn't learn the lesson that you shouldn't be an oppressor. The oppressor never wins. And now they're doing the exact same thing that everyone did to them, right? And it's so fucked up.
congratulations.
Like I was like thinking, I was like even like look at Sikh people, right? Like like from ever since like all the gurus, right? We've been oppressed, right? And all of India would basically be Muslim if it wasn't for Sikh people. There would not be any more Hindus if it weren't for Sikh people, right? Because we fought against oppressors. And like even today, like you have Khalsa Aid, right? Khalsa Aid helps is like it's true Sikhi. Like they go around help everybody, right?
Khalsa it is a blessing, man.
Yeah,
They are a blessing.
yeah, and like
You
I'm just like
know, what? And like Delhi has a shortage of oxygen.
yeah, they
It
made
used to have like it was week
yeah
before, and they donated all the the cylinders. I think
oxygenators, yeah,
cylinders to oxygenators too, right? Yeah. So they were calling them Khalistani terrorists and stuff, right? And they donated that thing.
yeah. And see, like
They were silent at that time.
everything they say about like what Sikh people are trying to do is exactly what Israel's trying to do. They're trying to take over this land, like this land that's not even theirs, right? So like when all the Holocaust stuff was happening, Palestine was the one that took them in. They're like they're all refugees. They're like, oh, come, you can live in this country. We'll help you. And then there's like, no, this is our country now, right? And it wasn't even them actually. It was like I don't know if it was the Prime Minister of Britain, but it was Britain. Like Britain stepped in. They're like, we're gonna create a state for the Jewish people, right? But essentially, they're like, okay, you gotta give like half the land, but it's like, it's their land, like it's their country first of all. Like, I don't really believe in the country shit, but it's like they were there, like that's their home, and you're taking it away from them to give it to these people, right? And then you know what they
Have you
did? The land that they gave to the the Jewish people, Israelis, was the land with the most oil. The most oil in that Arab country was given to all the Jews, and like all the Arabs were like moved into like this little corner, and they don't even have access to airports or like the port, so they can't even leave the country without permission from Israel. They can't even like that mosque that was attacked. They have to get a permit to go to that mosque. Like, it's so stupid that the fact that the same shit happened to them, and like now they're doing it to other people, right? And they don't feel any remorse. They don't feel any like guilt. They're like, and like if you've seen videos of like there's this place Sheikh Jarrah, like where they're evicting all these people, and then these Jewish people coming in, and they're like, this is my home now. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Like, literally, like you just came into someone's house and said, this is my home, and you think you're good, like you think like it's right, like what the heck? I want to go slap every single one of them, bro.
Yeah. Have you seen the old map of Punjab before
Yeah,
partition?
it's huge,
Like
huge.
huge, right? It's like
Yeah,
probably
Afghanistan, everything, all the
more than half, more than half of the size of India, more than half of the size
yeah.
of India. Like
Haryana's
we
gone.
haven't. There was whole Pakistan, there
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Punjab, there was Haryana, there was Himachal Pradesh,
yeah,
parts of Rajasthan,
yeah.
parts not all Rajasthan,
Even Afghanistan
the
too.
upper part, Afghanistan, or like maybe till not much. I feel Afghanistan was
Yeah,
like the big cut.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
were Mughals and stuff, right? So yeah, what I mean is like it used to be huge, man. The Himalayas was all over, all in Punjab.
yeah,
Himalayas, all things like it's the east thing, right?
yeah.
They're all gone because of these first the Britishers, then the government, the Indian government actually divided the whole Punjab.
Mm-hmm. Even
Punjab
like
was Punjab was used to be supposed to be a country, man. Like it was
yeah, yeah,
supposed to be a country.
yeah. It, bro. Even if it was a country, it'd be the best country ever.
Yes,
Like, just
exactly. You know,
imagine Khalsa Aid everywhere.
have we? I mean, look at this country. If you see the whole map, look at this country, the whole Pakistan, the whole Kashmir and stuff, right? The whole Himalayas.
Yeah, yeah,
It's supposed to be too beautiful,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
good, and good people, not like this
yeah,
bullshit Modi.
yeah, yeah. Even like I saw, oh yeah, like even the name Punjab, right? Like five rivers. Like I think they only have even access now to just three of them actually in Punjab. But then like most of it is in Pakistan
No,
or Himachal.
no. Okay. Uh, I live in Firozpur in Pakistan border state.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
from my hometown to Pakistan is like literally 5 to 10 kilometers.
Oh, word, word.
There's one river, Satluj. So it is in Firozpur too. It is in Pakistan too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I
Like
mean. Like
that.
it's like they just like cut it off, right? Or like half, half.
Oh, it's not half. Like it's one river. They call it Satluj too, but yeah, it's
Oh,
one
really?
river
Oh, okay, okay.
passing through the country.
Man, I don't know. Like, like I've seen so much stuff too. Like about in university, I did a course on Gandhi. Before
There's
that,
a course in Gandhi.
there was a course on Gandhi. Bro, University of Alberta has a course on Batman. Like
On what?
Batman. University of Alberta has a course about
Max,
Batman.
I
It's
really know what
hilarious.
I really want to know what they study of that.
I did this course on Gandhi and like basically we just had to like kind of like we just went through like his life, right? Like so we had to read autobiography, his writings, a lot of like just whatever. There's a movie even that we had to watch. Before that point, I was like, yo, Gandhi's a good person. Like, you know, he fought for peace and like yeah, I know.
He's
Right?
not a good person, man.
Yo, he's such a horrible person.
He
So I've seen
manifested
his whole
the
childhood, everything. Yeah,
manifested the Bhagat Singh death, right? You know that, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. He could have stopped it.
Not manifested, like
He allowed it
what?
to happen. He could have stopped it. He literally had the power to
Have
tell them,
started
don't do it.
did the signature for that death penalty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it was just like you know what's funny? I even put that into an essay, right? For the teacher that you know, despite all this stuff, he was actually a dick, right? Like she's like everyone in the class literally like talked so well about Gandhi. You're the only person that criticized him. And she's like, you actually taught me something new. Because I told her about the Bhagat Singh thing, right? I was like, Gandhi had the power to like, you know, like stop it from happening. Because what he did, what Bhagat Singh did was, I mean, I don't know. It's still, it's justice. It wasn't, not good to kill people. I won't say that. But like, it was justice. Even
There
like the
was no
whole part,
justice, man. That
yeah, yeah. Like what he did was good. But killing someone is not good.
Bhagat Singh, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like even
Yeah,
the
he did
whole,
was good, but Gandhi did it bad. He played politics
yeah,
straight
yeah,
on.
exactly. And even like yeah the partition, right? Just like they split like literally in half and like so many people were killed because it turned into an ethnic cleansing, right? That you know just get rid of the Punjabi people. And like even there was a massacre. I can't remember where it was, but
After
like
the
in
you're saying after the partition, right?
I think it was like there was like an entire village of Punjabi people and he just like literally like Sikh people, not Punjab, Sikh
19,
people. Allowed the British people to kill
1984.
them. Yeah. No, no, no,
No, no, no.
not that one,
Before
not that
that.
one. That was Indira Gandhi. I'm
When
talking
did
about
the
Mahatma
massacre?
Gandhi. I can't remember. It was like it was like 500 people. It was a village in Punjab. It was all Sikh people and like the British people, British soldiers killed them all. And like Gandhi allowed it.
It was before the partition, I feel,
Maybe yeah.
in while in Pakistan,
Mhm.
in that side, because
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
was a huge crowd. There was a huge crowd of Sikh people living there. Have you heard of a bug? Milkha Sikh. Have you heard of Milkha Sikh?
Yeah, Milka Singh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was on the Pakistan
Exactly.
side. He had to run away.
That area, he used. Have you seen the movie Milkha Singh?
Yeah, yeah,
So have you seen his childhood when they kill the
yeah,
Dakus come and they kill? Okay, that
yeah.
was that area that time.
Mhm.
It's near Firozpur, Kasur, Pakistan.
Yeah.
They
And like
did that time in that village. And
yeah. And this is the thing, right? It's like I was saying before, it's like the truth is there. It's just people have to look for it, right? And it's like, but because when you find the truth about something and it's like so hard to believe, it messes with your mind. You just don't want to know it. So it's like, you know that saying, ignorance is bliss? That's where it comes from. Like just not knowing about something
yes,
is better than knowing the truth about it. Like, because it's way, way, way worse. Bro, Gandhi's talking about like, oh, he's such a good Hindu and all that. Like, This guy he cheated on his wife
Shit.
when he went to England. Have you heard this story? I think I read this in his books or like something about it. Like you know he had the ashram. He would like tell like girls to sleep with him so he could test his
Yes.
abstinence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I think it's true.
wow. Yeah. And no, it was like his grand nieces, bro. Even like there's like random white girls would come to his ashram, like, and not even like just sleep like together, like sleep naked. This guy, and like it's like if everyone actually just looked and like read and like actually found out the truth, like there's statues for Mahatma Gandhi everywhere. Like that he doesn't know nothing. He did.
We still have Gandhi on our notes, man.
Yeah, I know.
This is a 10 rupee note.
Yeah.
See this? What the fuck is this? This bullshit.
Horrible, man. Even like I think I don't know if he had like a hate for Muslims, but I think that's also like another reason he allowed the partition. He thought it was a way to get Muslims out of India.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
does
but at
that.
the same time, he hurt so many Sikh people died, man. So many. Horrible. And like, see, look at us. We're all so happy and like we try to help everybody around us, you know. We're not trying to take revenge. And they still say, oh, Khalistani and that. I'm like, what's so bad? Tell me what's so bad for Punjab to become its own country, right? Just because, and you know what? I think the bigger reason is that because most of the agriculture is in that area, right? Punjab, Haryana. I don't know about. I mean,
Well,
UP and Bihar too. Like the most
yeah,
fertile lands are in the north. The most fertile lands are in the north.
won't say that's a bad idea to Punjab to be a new country, but it's not easy, you know,
No,
to
no, no. Not especially now. Yeah.
it's not easy to like one state their own country and get them out of the country and like quite difficult right now, especially specifically right now. Maybe before it was
Yeah.
it made sense,
Mm-hmm.
but now I think it will be more difficult for the new country now.
Yeah, it makes sense. But exactly what you said is like the Hindu people or like the nationalists, they don't understand that logic. Like, why would they want to start a country? Because it's so hard. You need so much money. There's so many things that
Yes.
you have to like build up, like infrastructure and like you know like you have to know like who's in your country, all the citizens, everything. There's so much stuff, and it's like they still think that that's what they want. That's what they're here protesting for. I'm just like use your head a little bit, common sense a little bit.
Oh, you need so much things, for a new
Yeah.
country. I mean, state right now. You need the military, you need the borders, you need the police, you need the new government, you need the leaders, new leaders,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
you don't know what people are living in your country right now.
Yeah.
It's a long, long, long process.
Yeah. And even the thing with what they did in Kashmir or Himachal Pradesh, right? Like what was that article? They removed some article and they're like now we can go into the country and like or like people can like start buying land there or something. But like they removed this whole right?
Himachal, you're talking about?
Kashmir, Himachal, yeah.
So in Himachal, there's a rule. You non-Himachali, like okay, suppose I'm from Punjab or any other state, I'm not from Himachal, but I can't buy a property in Himachal.
And they like I think they recently took that away, right? So like now you can.
So it's not they took that away completely. So you can buy an apartment, cannot buy a property, cannot buy the hill, you cannot buy
A mountain.
a house on the hill. You, yeah, you cannot buy that, but you can buy an apartment like
Okay,
where
okay.
you have certain limits, right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. Well, okay, it's not that they completely told you that you can buy anything right now.
Yeah, so like I keep seeing like they sent military. One day I was like I just want to go report Maldi's Instagram page, just so like, you'll get this guy banned. And I actually looked at his post and he's gloating about like sending military to Kashmir and like all this stuff. I'm like, bro, why do you like even Trump, man? Even Trump, he's like, yo, we built the best military, but like, who are you fighting? Why is it necessary for you to spend trillions of dollars to buy tanks and jets and like all these useless things because you're not at war. You're not fighting anybody.
Yeah, the same thing you're saying. I saw one interview of Tupac.
Hmm.
He said the same thing before. Like,
Yeah.
why are you spending on tanks? Why are you spending on defense? Why are you spending on the guns and everything?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
I've seen
can
this. I've
help
seen this. Yeah.
those, right? I've seen this interview. I said, I mean, you was talking facts that time too, right?
It's literally it's like if you're spending money on battle, you're not preparing for peace. You're gonna buy a
You know,
weapon of war doesn't mean like you're not gonna use it. It's so dumb. Like I think that's the biggest issue is that the general public, average person, they have this whole mindset. They're like someone else's problem. Like they'll deal with it. Like the politician will deal with it or like whatever. It's like why do we like let's just live our life. Like so many people in my life have told me because like I'm always trying to like even this conversation we've had, right? Like I've had these thoughts so long and like I was trying to like tell people like why don't we fix these things, right? And they're like, it's okay, like concentrate on your life, do your stuff. All the stuff will work out on its own. But it's like that's not true. If you literally tell everyone says something, you say the same thing to them, like just concentrate on your life, nothing's gonna get better.
someone has to do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not one. Okay, I won't say like one man can change the world, but I mean, if people understand this thing, everybody can like
Mm-hmm.
get a better world, right?
And even like all that GameStop stuff, that's proof.
Exactly.
If we come together, we can like change everything.
You can change
But
it.
yeah, and literally the thing that's stopping people or like making them like not want to do all these things is media, Hollywood, and all these TV shows.
Yeah, no,
How
yeah,
many people do you know? Do you have an iPhone?
yeah, I do.
No. Do you have like in your head? Do you have the thing like, oh, if the new iPhone comes out, I have to get it? Or like, do you know people that are like that?
Yeah, I don't have this thing, but it's like I
Is
always
it?
break the phone, so I have to get that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's different.
I don't
But
have
like,
that thing like yeah, I don't have that thing like I have to buy a new phone every time. But yeah, I know some people like that. They always want a new phone.
yeah, because it's
Always
like
want the new watch. They always want
it's about showing off now more than like actually spending your money in the right way or like right like as Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, all these like
okay. So
Instagram
this thing,
models.
you know what this thing costs? I mean, I don't need the AirPods, the expensive one, like $400, $500 for that shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
spend like $40 on this. It
yeah,
works the same thing.
yeah, yeah,
And good sound quality too. I don't mind that.
yeah. There's a song. I'll send it to you after. It's called State of the Union. It's by a guy named Marlon Craft, and like he's a sick rapper, like sick, like Eminem level rapper, right? Like just lyrical and like actually putting
Yeah.
out like a message instead of like talking about like, yo, I got this much money, I got these many bitches. He doesn't do that. And he literally talks about he's like corporations have convinced you to become like a walking advertisement. Like you wear like Adidas or you wear like whatever shoes, shirts, pants, phone, gaddi, cars, everything, right?
Realistic thing.
You're literally just helping them advertise their product and they're giving you nothing for it and like you think you're like all that because of that, like that you have something like this. Like I got a PS5, bro. So I mean there's a branding there, I guess, like Xbox versus PlayStation, but it's like
Yeah, no.
everyone's a part of it. Everyone's a part of this whole thing now. It's hard to break out of it.
There's no always a war between not a war, I mean argument maybe, but Xbox and PlayStation and Apple and Samsung and I don't know what
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
fuck else. Yeah,
Everyone
right?
pick a team, and like it's us versus them, and
Exactly.
it's the
I
worst
mean
thing
they
ever.
have
It's
this
like
thing,
I have this
Trump
friend.
versus Biden, some bullshit.
Yeah, Trump versus Hillary, Trump versus Biden. It's so dumb. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who's helping the country more? No, neither.
What actually
I mean, okay, Biden's been doing like Biden's had to do stuff, so that's different.
yeah, better than
Uh,
Trump of course.
yeah, yeah. And there's still people that will defend Trump, man. And I'm like, why? Like, why? Give me one good thing he's done.
You
Even
know,
if he did one good thing.
there was one group like who supports Trump so much. The I think Bad Boys or some
Proud
boys.
Boys,
I don't
Proud
know.
Boys.
Boys, yeah, Proud Boys. They were like extremists, man. They were carrying guns on like every
Bro,
time and shit, right? They were like
BJP.
walking terrorists. Yes, exactly. They were walking terrorists.
Yeah, so like you know, like yeah, in India there's like the Hindu nationalists, and in America it's the
Yeah, I know.
white supremacists. Like they want the whole country to be white people.
Call it. So they this one party, RSS, Shiv Sena.
It's Hitler, bro. It's
That's
like
they are in alliance with BJP.
yeah,
BJP and RSS is in
and what's his
alliance.
name? Modi was part of RSS. He was like a officer in RSS. like
Yes, he
proven.
is still
Yeah, he's still,
party
yeah.
party member.
Bro, like literally, like that one point, Hinduism would not exist if it wasn't for Sikhi. If it wasn't for, I think it was Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Diwali
Yeah.
is basically him saving Sikhi or Hinduism. They don't even acknowledge that. Like when I learned about it, I'm like, why do we not talk about this? Why are they like trying to like remove Punjabi people or Sikh people from India? Like we saved your lives. Like why did 1984 happen? You know, my dad had to run away from India in
1984 was
1984. That's why I was
bad
born in Africa.
because oh shit. Oh, so you hate it or like I don't know.
No. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm just like why
Okay.
why
So
should someone have to fear for their life, right, in their own country, in their homeland?
the military invaded Golden Temple to kill
Yeah,
one guy.
yeah.
They killed that guy plus thousands of more guys,
Thousand more. And then
innocent guys.
yeah,
Military went inside with tanks inside Golden Temple, man. That's some pretty bad shit.
and that's the thing going on in Israel or whatever, Palestine. They went into
Uh,
this the third
uh,
third holiest mosque, the third holiest place for Islam. It's just like
um,
disrespect. Like respect other people's religion. Like they're not coming into your house and like breaking your shit.
military doesn't care. The
Yeah,
governments
bro.
don't care too.
Yeah, government sanctioned it. Palestine just doesn't have any like power left to do anything anymore. It's so bad. What was the other thing I was gonna say? I had one more. Conspiracy theory? Yeah. There was another conspiracy. This was back to coronavirus. There was a conspiracy theory I had heard about. I think my mom told me even. The reason that they released the virus in Wuhan is because there was a large Muslim population there. And you know what they're doing right now in China? There's the Uyghur Muslims. They're just ethnically cleansing them. They're raping the women, killing the men, right? Just trying to remove Islam or Muslims from China. Everyone knows about it. Everybody knows about it. Nothing happening.
I think it was created to like reduce the populations to like China is way too much population.
That's like another Bill Gates thing as well. Because Bill Gates at like one time, I think it was in 2005 or 6 or something, he said like the earth isn't capable of having this much population. And like that's true. Like the earth can't sustain these many people, right? So he's like, there's gonna be something. Like everyone like looks back to this interview like, yo, Bill Gates predicted the pandemic, but it's like, what if he actually like didn't predict it? He made it happen, right? Because he's profiting. He's profiting. Like him and his friends are profiting the most from this.
Okay.
Damn, like conspiracies. It all fits together. Oh yeah, I was telling my friend, I was like, there needs to be like something that comes to this planet, right? Alien or like God or something that shows them that the power that they think they have with money and like whatever military is nothing. It's like all they've been doing is like just making it worse off for everyone by being selfish and greedy.
They need a guy like need a
Huh?
guy like Lucifer. Have you seen the show Lucifer?
I haven't seen the show. I've seen a couple episodes. Like I think I saw like one episode, but I haven't watched the whole thing now.
Like, they need that guy, man.
Yeah.
They were like telling them what the fuck are you guys doing?
Literally, man. Like it's so idiotic. I think a part of the reason I've like gotten so whatever attentive, not even attentive. Like I always known about these things, but like it's gotten worse obviously over time. But I think it's because like I have ADHD, so I have a hard time like fitting in, right? So like I can't be like everyone else. I can't, like, even if I try to like be like in my high school, I had friends from every social group, like the like sports guys, the drama people, the girls, guys, whatever. Like I was friends with everybody because I just couldn't fit in into like one group. That's literally what like society has become now. Is like either you're like everyone else or you're an outcast. You're weird, right? And because they make you want to be like everyone else, you just believe everything they tell you.
That happens a lot, man. That happens a lot.
It's a whole, like, even our school systems, man, it's like it's all made to turn you into like just I don't know, a doll for someone to control. Like you're a puppet. That's all it is. And like just they condition your mind, condition your mind. It's horrible. But I'm happy. The one good thing out of ADHD is that I can't be conditioned. It's so hard.
That's good though.
I think the last thing I remember that even someone even convinced me of was like working out, right? And that's a good thing, and I liked it. I was passionate. I haven't worked out in ages. The world needs to change, definitely. One day it will.
For sure.
Like we'll stop caring about like, oh, this guy's white, this guy's brown, this guy's Muslim, this guy's Punjabi or like Christian. Like we'll stop caring about that because it doesn't matter, right? End of the day, a life is a life. You should care about the life.
Oh, that's true.
In Danish's opinion there.
True facts.
Literally, I've had dreams. Like one day, someone will call me like Guru Danish. Guru Danish Singh.
You're probably. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Put your name as Guru Danish right now in the podcast. Do that. Come on, why not?
Oh man. No.
We,
I told my mom too. She's like, "Yo, it's like, don't do that. It's like very bad." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like a guru is a teacher, right? I'm enlightening you."
That's good. That's good. Though.
Yeah, like even like guru, the meaning of guru is from darkness to light. So someone that brings you from the darkness, right? Like teaches you, enlightens you, all this stuff. So I'm like, why can't I be a guru? One day, bro. That's why the hair, everything.
Let's do that. And I'll be a manager, bro.
Yeah. Yo, the day I have a turban, I'll do it. I'll literally just change my name everywhere. Guru Danish.
That's good.
I'm just stop the podcast now, and we'll see. But yeah, that was a good first episode. Oh my god, 12:30. What is it here? It's 3:00. Yeah. This is a interesting part of talking from Canada to India.
It was, man. I mean, I think we can do like a lot more now.
Yeah.
In podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast is fun, man.
It'll be fun.